Hey there, so today we are going to learn how to deploy Scrapy Spider on something like Scrapy Cloud, which is the service that ScrapingHub offers. Scrapy Cloud is a web-hosted cloud service for scheduling and running Scrapy Spiders. So if you don't already have the account with the service, make sure to head over to the scrapinghub.com and then go to the sign up now button. Since I already have the account, I will go to the sign in button, and also from here you can see that you can register or either sign in with the Google or GitHub, and I will enter my username and password and click here to the sign in. Now this will be auto redirected to the app.scrapinghub.com, and then you can see here that since my account is a couple of years old, that I have a bunch of different projects, Scrapy Cloud projects that I've completed previously, almost 30 of them. And make sure to get familiar with these specific tab options that you can see here. So organization profile, billing, members, data retention, which for example can be specified inside range of 1 day or up to 4 months from my end. And if we go back to create obviously a project, we will go to here, create a project, and then we can name it something like quotes, and then click here to create. And as you can see, we have here project created, and then we get redirected to the code and deploy specifically tab, which you can see here that is available inside the spiders list. And here we have different instructions on how to actually deploy the spider, which as you can see is going to be just a 3-step process. So the first thing that we need to do, obviously, if we don't already have this particular module installed, is to install it. So let me copy this, go to the terminal, and then simply paste the command, hit enter, and obviously from my end it's already installed, so it will right away be finished. Now for the spider itself, let me go to the desktop. We will reuse the quotes spider that we have already developed, which would, as we are going to go to the spiders folder and then quotes.py file, you will see that this simple spider will just go to the quotes.scrape.com site. Inside the parse method, it will isolate the quotes variable name, and then we created a simple for loop where we iterate over the quote selector and extracted the text, author, and tags. So from our end, or from the site end, here's how it will look like. So basically we would obtain the data that you can see on the screen, so just from the first page itself to make this easier. So let me see, the first command is the shop login, so we can copy this and then go back to the, let me see, to the file, go back to the root directory. You need to go or be inside the root directory to actually deploy the spiders. Right click, open in terminal, and then simply paste the command. So shop login, hit enter, or actually shop logout if you are logged in, which I'm probably are. And then finally shop login, so we can get prompted with the API key, which of course is available from here. So we can copy this, then go to the terminal, paste this in, hit enter, and as you can see, API key is okay, and that we are logged in now. Finally, we use shop deploy and then the ID. Now this particular ID would obviously be unique, and as you can see, it's also available inside the URL itself. And also if we go, for example, on dashboard, you will see that it's still going to be available. So if we copy this and go back to the terminal, paste this in, hit enter, in a couple of seconds we should be greeted with the message that everything was fine. So let's wait for this. As you can see, deploys in progress on the ScrapingHub end, and that we deployed a couple of seconds ago from the command line, and we should be good to go. So let's wait a couple of more seconds. And as you can see, status is okay, project, and then the project unique project ID. and here is the number of spiders, which is obviously 1, and then the message that we can run our spiders on this particular URL. So as you can see, we have the, let me see, deployed. So as you can see, success for the spider itself. So we are good to go. If we go back to the dashboard, the way that you can run this is you click here, run, then specify the spiders. On our end, it's going to be just 1. And here you have job units, which in our case is going to be just 1, but if you have a couple of spiders, then you can assign different job units to different spiders, so you can run multiple spiders all at once, and then the priority if it's normal, lowest, highest, etc., and then any tags or arguments you can add. So we click here, run. It will be, well, completed in probably less than 20 seconds since we only process one particular page. And then as you can see right away, we extracted the 10 quotes in our case, and the number of requests is going to be 1. You can see this in the running jobs, and if we started to run once again the same spider, it will be in the pipeline for the next job, and once this is completed, it will be, as you can see, in the completed jobs, and then every next project, or generally spider, will be then in the running jobs. And if we see here completed jobs, we can see here the spider name, obviously, the number of items that it grabbed, and if we hover over, you can see number of items per minute that it scraped, number of requests, errors, log messages, running time is, for example, 22 seconds, date time when it started, date time when it's finished, and finally the outcome. Now, if we go to the items, we can see here the export button where we can export the data into CSV, JSON, JSON lines, or XML. And if we get the data, for example, in the CSV, you can see that the data will look something like this. So it will have author, tags, and text. Now, if you would like to reorder the column names, what we can do is, let's say that we wanted to have author and then text and then finally the tags. We can go, for example, on the project and then to the settings, and then inside the CSV fields define the, for example, author as the first one, then the, for example, text as a second one. Let me actually zoom this in a little bit so it's more easier. And then finally, we want to say that we would like to extract the tags from it. And now if we save this, go back to the dashboard, or here dashboard, then go to the items, export the data inside the CSV, you will see that the reordering was done, and as you can see, author now is in the first place, we have text, and finally the tags. And for example, the trailing type, underscore type, with the value always dict as a dictionary, will not be available since we ordered the CSV columns. And let me see, if we go back to the dashboard, oops, this one, and go back to the, for example, requests, once again, this will get us the date, or generally date time, also the HTTP status, the response size, HTTP method, if it was get, post, or put, the duration, the fingerprint, the URL where it scraped, so a bunch of data points that we might need, and also the number of logs. So this is something similar as we have in the terminal, the number of stats, as you can see here, the console itself. And if we go here, we can see in the job that we have a graph for the requests and item and scheduled requests. One of the features that Scrapy Cloud has is called periodic jobs, where you can simply add periodic jobs. So to do that, we can click here, add periodic jobs, and then type in here, for example, spiders, and then choose to run, for example, every day at 11 a.m. This is perfect example. So let me see, pull up the 11 a.m. So as you can see, choose day of month will be every day, choose hour will be 11 a.m. and then choose minutes, so the first minute. So we can save this, and then inside or after 11 a.m. tomorrow, we will have in the running jobs, we will obviously have the spider itself, and then we can, or we'll see at 1 a.m. we will see the completed job number will be obviously 2, where we would have additionally data for the project itself. Now, Scrapy Cloud also has services such as Crawlera, which we will cover in the next videos, and which is used basically for rotating proxies inside the network, so you don't get any kind of restrictions. And just make sure once again to get familiar with all of the features that Scrapy Cloud has, which is really powerful tool for running and scheduling out spiders. And that would be pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you as always in the very next one. Talk soon.